everybody, and welcome to Tell Me Your Story. Here we are at CCHA, also known as Clinton County Historical Museum. Here at Clinton County, Plattsburgh, New York, upstate New York, as we say it, and we have Kerry Haley today with us to tell us about her story. And I couldn't be more thankful and honored to have her here today. Kerry, welcome.
Thank you so much for asking me to be here.
Oh, thank you for coming. And are you ready to tell us your story?
Yes, I guess. I guess so.
It's about your story. It's not anything about your opinion, your view. What do you believe in religion? It's just who's Kerry. So you were born and raised here, upstate New York?
Yes, in upstate New York. Yep. I was born in at Ticonderoga Hospital. It was mostly Ludington back then, and lived in Crown Point for a few years until I was about 10 years old, and then we moved up north.
So Kerry, something always I think about you every time I see you is like you're always happy and smiling. Is that because so I always think people are very happy and kind because they went through a lot in life. So they understand what it means to be kind. Or some people just lucky and they just don't understand what not being kind, or they're just good people. And I'm sure you are a good person. But do you have trauma? That's why you're so kind and nice and always smiling? Did you learn from it?
I mean, I've had things in my life that have happened that have been hurtful or sad or that sort of thing, but I don't know that that's what makes me feel and act as I do. I think I just, for whatever reason, I'm just a fairly joyful person. I really like people and I like being part of things, and I try to find joys where I can that make me feel good. That's not to say that I don't sometimes get really frustrated and swear.
You do swear?
Sometimes it comes out,
never
yes.
picture you swear.
It
No
happens.
way.
Yes.
So that's something new I learned
No.
today.
Now
You swear like that, like
that.
people and like us?
Sometimes it's required.
So I shared one time I came to your home, and I'm glad I'm allowed to say that, and it felt like Christmas Village. Like how you live. Do you understand that your place is like a Christmas village?
Yes, yeah, I sort of do, because we bought an existing Christmas tree farm. We basically moved because we wanted a place that had more property, but that was near the school, and we just happened to find a place that also had a Christmas tree farm. So we bought it and didn't really know what were doing, or what we were getting into. But after the first year, and then second and third year, I think it was probably around the third year, and it was like towards the end of the season, and I just literally felt like my insides and my heart grow, because I was thinking about the traditions that people come to for the farm, for their family, and we get to be part of that and make it happen. It felt like we were part of this magic. That we had no idea what we were getting into with buying a Christmas tree farm. But and now we're sort of in the routine of it and that sort of thing, but you see people come and they like light up. And they're like, whoa, look at it. You can look around and it's just a barn, but the twinkling lights, the smell, that sort of thing, it makes people happy, which is really great.
It is really a great and a happy place. I remember like we have every year you invite the Rotary Club.
Yes.
And this is one event that I look forward for. Like, oh my God, we're going there. And it's sort of like magic and the warm in it and the fire. And is your heart, is a Christmas tree heart?
It might be. It is now. I think so.
Like, I think you bring like happiness, and I do know like, I remember listening to a story where someone wanted, it was almost like all they want and big thing for them, and it was no place, and you actually open up a spot for that person just to be happy and to go to your place. So you really are very kind, Carrie, and I do care for you. Like when I see you and you smile and you give compliment and you always, and I really truly always thought, what's behind that? Like when you were young, did you never have a Christmas tree or something?
No, I have parents who are wonderful and very loving. We lived on a dairy farm when I was younger, so we had the anticipation of waiting for my father to come in from milking the cows before we could go downstairs and that sort of thing. But it was a good childhood, thankfully. So that's a great thing.
It is a great thing. You have a great. So when's the first time you fell in love?
Oh, gee. I think, well, I told my husband that when I realized that I was thinking was in love with him, was that we worked at Little Caesars Pizza Shop. And we went to the same school, but he was a year older, and we had different circles of friends. So I didn't even realize we went to the same school, but we met there. And anyway, we knew each other for a few years, and then we were folding pizza boxes, and he said, "My parents are moving to South Carolina," and he was probably, oh gosh, I don't know, 19 or something. And I thought, oh my God, that means he's going to move and I'm never going to see him again. And I don't think I want that. And I just remember that feeling still like, no. And I said, well, are you moving too? He said, well, I don't know. I don't think so. It's hot down there. And anyway, he ended up staying, and we got together, and as you know, and have been married for a long time. But
How long?
well, we've been married for 20 years last year, and we were together for 7 or 8 years before we got married. So we've been together probably almost 30 years.
Oh, so what does marriage means to you?
That means to me supporting each other, listening to each other, being our own people, like each having our own personalities, and we have our own interests and things, but complementing each other wherever we can. So we have 2 boys, and that they make us very happy, and it's good.
It's good.
It's good. Yeah.
So how old is your boys?
Our oldest is 18 and the youngest is 15.
And who's your hero in life?
Oh, I really look up to my mother. I just admire her and all that she has done, and who she is, and she's like really strong, and I just think I should be more like her when I can.
You are a strong woman.
I don't know.
You don't know.
I don't know. Yeah.
Is it really
I
such
mean,
a thing? Like sometimes you don't know if you're strong or you're weak or you kind or I think we all know. Do you believe in that? Like believe like do we know ourselves?
yeah, I don't know if I think there's probably some things we know, right? Like very strongly what we would do, but sometimes different situations, maybe you react differently than you think you would.
And how about your dad?
And my dad was a great dad, and um, really hardworking, really, and a jokester, and which would be a challenge because he would joke and then something would actually happen and I thought he was joking, and then he's like, I'm not kidding. Like, this is I'm like, oh, okay.
So he's that kind of person. It's like,
Yes, yeah. I was like, oh gosh, sorry. Yeah. So he was a great dad, and um, we had a lot of fun together. And he ended up passing away in 2018 from Alzheimer's. So he was diagnosed fairly young. He passed away at 64, so he's pretty young. So it's hard to lose him then.
that was a moment.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah. How about your grandma?
I have two really strong grandmothers who, I mean, they're so different in but also both so kind. And my mother's mother, Eloise, was just so like the hostess with the mostest. That was her to a T. And always, I remember well, we're visiting them. They have this beautiful home in Maryland that we loved to go to. We would have great family vacations there, and it's still like I've been trying to hunt down this wallpaper that they had in their house because I just wanted it so bad because it makes me feel happy and like to have those memories. Um, but I just remember the phone was ringing and she stopped what she was doing. She goes, no, the residents. How can I help you? It's just, oh, she's just always on it. So
I
great.
like that.
Yeah, that's funny. And she would have like these itineraries mapped out for when we would go down, and even when I was like, younger and they would come and visit, we would have um, games, and we had whole candy bars that they would get for prizes. And I just remember thinking, oh my gosh, big candy bars.
You're like the story of the happy story. You're the reason that like life is not fair. Some people just have it all. They grow a happy life.
I mean, yeah, it's but I just have been very thankful for what we have. And then my dad's mother, Margaret, is still with us, and she actually just came up to visit for Easter, and she lives in Ticonderoga, and she raised 5 kids, and is just like the sweetest woman, and really she worked on a dairy. They lived on a dairy farm, so she worked hard every day for a long time. And was a great cook, and we would always have huge meals there, and so I really admire her too.
So on everyday normal stuff, what motivate Kerry?
Um,
Or you just motivated by natural?
I
just get up and do it.
have this sense of like if I commit to doing something, I'm gonna do it. I say I'm gonna be there, I'm gonna be there. I don't know where that comes from. I mean, I guess my parents probably have always been like that too. You know, if you're gonna do it right. That sort of thing. But
Do you like music, Kerry?
I do. Hmm.
To the extreme, or you love music? You okay?
I enjoy it. I listen to it often. Um, I have fun with it. Listen to it mostly for enjoyment and pleasure, fun, that kind of thing. Whether it's, while I'm doing the dishes or cooking or although I've also gotten into more audiobooks lately too, so
Oh
that's
yes.
been fun.
Yeah. Do you like audiobooks?
Yes. Especially on like if I'm driving to
Yes.
Malone or somewhere for work, or if I'm riding on the lawnmower, trying not to mow over baby Christmas trees, but we'll mow around them.
You sometimes
Great.
kill them?
Oh, I'm very good at killing them. Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
So what's the process of doing it? Do you get like the babies, do you plant the babies, or they come by itself?
Actually, we just planted 301 last night.
Last night?
Yep.
You just walk in your farm and plant?
They were delivered in 2 boxes, and they're bare roots, so they're just have a little bit of dirt and stuff around them. And then we take them out and put them in buckets of water, and then you dip them in this little bit of solution that helps when you plant them in the ground. So we have this tree planter that goes behind a tractor, and it's great. You can't really use it if you're interplanting in between bigger trees, but if you have more open rows, you can do it. So we've got them all prepped, and then my 15-year-old was driving the tractor, and I was behind it on the planter. And essentially, the planter like cuts into the ground, and then you put the tree down and sort of feed it down, and then we run over it in a sense. You like it opens the ground, you stick it in, and then I'm sitting on top of two tires that are at an angle, and they shut the ground back behind it, so it closes it in. So we got 301 trees planted in.
And just you, your husband, and the boys did it?
Yep. And
Just you
yeah,
guys.
it's like 2.5 hours. Yeah. So we felt accomplished, and we're glad it's raining today.
Oh,
So we can water
yes.
those trees.
Does that help?
Yes. Yep.
How's your rooster doing?
I have 3 now.
You have 3. What's the name?
Yeah. Buddy Junior, and Powder Puff.
Buddy and Buddy. People don't know that this is true.
Yeah, it's true.
That when at your house you be carrying your rooster. And everyone is like so happy around you.
Yeah.
I think you're like such a like positive energy, like truly
Yeah.
the perfect example of like everyone each on his own,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Right.
So tell your story as growing up in the school. Has anything bothered you from your friends, or you were always the famous kid that everybody want to be friends with?
No, I mean, I had just a small group of friends, and I mean, I tried to be friendly with everybody, but um,
Did you ever
just
have a
a small
crush on a teacher?
a teacher. Oh, no, but on some teachers' sons, they were really cute. Uh,
So you did have a crush on a teacher's sons?
yeah, he had pictures of them on his desk. They didn't go, they went to a different school, but they were really
They were really.
some good-looking boys, yeah.
You were the kid that goes to the hammam and say, "Hey, I had a crush on a boy," or you can't do that?
Yeah, I could talk to her. I think I told her when I had boyfriends and things like that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's okay, Mom.
Yeah.
Hi. You have sibling, Kerry?
Yes, 2 brothers, 2 younger brothers.
I can tell you're the only girl.
Oh, yeah. You can tell.
You know why I'm saying that?
No.
Because I feel that I don't know, of course, that's just my person. It doesn't mean it's reality. It
Mhm.
doesn't mean it's the truth. But because I have one girl, I feel like one girl gets loved more.
Oh, maybe. I don't know.
Not more,
Interesting.
but always.
In a different way.
It just she's the girl.
Yeah.
You know,
Yes.
like more of like it's just her. Like
Mm-hmm.
you know,
Mm-hmm.
I
Yeah.
feel one of the biggest treasure in life is a sister, and when you don't have that,
Yes. I'm really lucky now. I mean, I have a best friend who I've had for a long time, and I have 3 sister-in-laws who are all terrific. So I feel really thankful for that.
because sister is what we make.
Yeah. Right.
You know, like
Yep.
what you make out of it. What are you gonna do in 10 years? How do you picture your life?
Gosh.
Do you ever thought about that? Like you're gonna be still living on the farm still?
I don't know. Actually, we have been thinking about that. Like when the boys, they'll be done college then. Where are they going to be? How do we want to be Christmas tree farmers for a long time or do something else? I don't know what something else would be. So, but we don't know.
You never, yeah.
We would do it into retirement. You never know. Some days, yes, and some days when you feel like a lot of trees have died, it's like,
Oh, you have that too. That's the.
yeah, if it's a really dry season, it's really stressful, or sometimes the deer will eat them.
The deer will eat the trees.
Yeah.
Is that the big
Yeah.
thing?
Yeah. Especially like the little saplings.
Oh.
So then it's like, oh my gosh,
What are you gonna
there's
do?
a lot of work to feed the deer.
But you also work at the hospital.
Yes. Yeah. I work at the hospital. I've worked there for 15 years this time. I've worked there before as well, and as an intern and in housekeeping. So it's been a lot of different ways.
Do you traveled before?
A little bit.
What's your favorite place?
I have a lot of favorite places. So we've had some really wonderful family vacations in Nantucket. So that's one of my favorite places. visiting it more recently, it feels like not quite the same. It's gotten really hoity-toity, and but it's still fun to go to. And then a few years ago, we went to Ireland, and I really loved going there. That was a trip that we were able to do as a gift kind of from my dad, even though he had passed away, because he was really proud of his Irish heritage. So we were able to go and, um, just see it all, not all of it, but to really see what it's about and the different towns. And it was just so beautiful and, the kind people. And we went there with one of my brothers and his family too. So that was really special. And so the last night that we were there, we had this B&B, and it's um, just set in the mountains and everything's so green. And everyone was tired, so they went to bed, and I just sat out on the little patio drinking wine, going,
Oh,
and just thinking of my dad. It was a special trip, and I'd love to go back there.
you have a special moment
Yeah.
just sitting there with
By myself.
Oh yeah, I get
Yeah.
that. I really get
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
Mhm.
Sometimes like when you lose a loved one, sometimes you don't cry for
Mhm.
like real deep
Right. Yeah.
understanding of
Yeah. It's funny how it just like um how long it lasts, or like how long you hold on to things. And I think um when I was younger, we lost my aunt and her family to a plane, a terrorist attack. And even though I was 10 then, and even now, like I could still think about it and get teary. And it's been 30 plus years. And so you just think, ooh, how?
a plane.
Yeah, it was the Pan Am Flight 103. I don't know if you're familiar with that or not, but they were flying from Germany to the United States, and it was a terrorist attack. So it blew up in the air and then crashed in Lockerbie, Scotland. Yeah, so like near Christmas. So it was very obviously hard for our family and my grandmother, and so yes,
The whole family.
Yeah, it was my aunt and her husband and their two young children, two daughters. The youngest was 6 months old, so they were coming home so we could meet her. So, yeah, so, yeah.
That what makes like life all. You just don't know.
Right, right. And even so long ago, you still, like, even today, you just feel like we think about them and have the special memories. And, we have a camp that we call Bonnie Lee after my aunt, but you still like feel a little
Yeah.
hard to talk about. So,
Of course. Yeah. And thank you for sharing that.
yeah. Mhm.
That's first of all, it makes you think every time you want to fly.
Yeah, I know.
Uh, yes, that was hard to listen to.
Yeah.
And how your grandma?
I mean, she's strong,
I mean,
but
you
she's
can't be
still,
strong.
yeah. I remember
Just
her being very sad, obviously.
It is amazing, like how like you lose someone and you just don't.
Yeah, you just always feel it.
Yeah, yeah. I think we learn how to live with things,
Yeah,
not
exactly.
to not not have it.
Mm-hmm.
Did you have a dream when you were young?
Oh, lots of them.
Can you
I
share
was
some with
going to
us?
be an artist. I was going to be an actress. Yeah.
I can see you being both.
Yeah. I took an acting class, and I was in a play in college about the plague. That was not a hot topic. But that's about the end of my acting career.
That was
Yeah.
that was done. And what was the other career? Did you have more?
Well, for a short period of time, I thought I wanted to be a teacher because I liked writing on the blackboard. But now that they use whiteboards, it's a good thing I didn't go into that.
That was the reason you wanted to be a teacher. I love how each one of us has that silly thing that no one knows. about. Like, you can't even, like, now we're older, we say it, but it used to be, like, in your brain as a secret.
Right. And like, you just held it in.
Maybe this is something bad to do. What? So when you were a little girl, did you like to wear dresses? And
Oh, yes.
you did.
Yes.
I can see that.
I had a ton of dresses. My one of my sets of grandparents would buy me beautiful dresses, and so I had quite the collection. And I would wear them all the time, even to gym class. So in gym, you had to do sit-ups. So I always had to go. I mean, the coach is like, Carrie, go sit against the wall because you have to do your sit-ups against the wall so no one can look at your dress every time.
I knew you go with the dress to the gym.
Like, okay. So,
I care about my dress.
I
can't see that, Carrie.
Yeah.
I really. So how many dolls did you have when you were a little girl?
Usually we just had one at a time.
One at a time.
And yeah, we had this one, forget the dog's name. And we're all sitting out in the side yard at our house. And it was when we lived on the farm, and the milk truck is driving by because they just emptied the bulk tanks, taken the milk, and they're leaving. And there was this long driveway. And he's driving by, and we're all sitting on the front lawn waving and happy, and the dog gets run over.
You saw your own dog getting killed by a truck? And you like happy person now?
We're like, oh, well, it's not.
That's a trauma. Honestly. So you did.
So yeah,
Oh,
so
God.
I remember it happening and thinking, oh, this is terrible. But
It is terrible.
But you look back at it now, and it's kind of funny because we're all like just sitting there, ignorant to what's going to happen. And
So when that happened, did you scream and cry and all that, or you don't remember?
remember, I don't think I screamed. I don't remember. Just remember it.
It was.
Yeah. So, that's not good.
So Carrie's dog was killed by the
milk truck. Yeah.
That is something.
Poor guy. I mean, he had to killing the family dog.
Oh my God, that's if you think about it, that could be. See how you look at it is how it makes difference.
Right.
You're laughing about it.
Yeah.
I think I would have made a scene.
Little mommy would make a scene.
Like, actually, I won't. I'll be like, that dog bothered me.
He had it coming.
It was coming. So what, you like playing with dolls?
Yeah, I have a lot of Barbies. Well, I mean, a few Barbies, and I liked Barbies. What else I did? Like to ride my bicycle, that kind of thing.
That kind of. You like the girl that brings happiness to any room that walks. Like when you come to the Rotary, you always like I always wondered, does she even have a story like to tell us? Like she's happy, and you know what, you are.
Well, so one thing that I do think about, I mean, I am thankfully a happy person. I think sometimes it's just your chemical makeup.
Mm-hmm.
But I go back to a story, a situation that I was in, and how important it felt at the time. So it kind of keeps me going on, reminding me that it's helpful to share a smile and say hello to people and that sort of thing. And it was around after 9/11, when security is super heightened up at the airports. Everyone's really stressed out. They're mad that the security lines take forever. You have to take off your shoes. You have to have all this ID, that sort of thing that we just didn't have to do before. And I got up to one of the officers, who was probably TSA, and he's like, "Show me your ID." I said, "Okay." I take it out and I show it to him, or he's looking at it and he looks at me, and I'm like, and just like gave this like forced goofy smile, just being like, I don't know, you're looking at my mugshot. And he just laughed, and and he gives it back, and he's like, "Thanks for that." And I was like, "Yeah, okay, whatever." And he goes, "No, thank you for that moment because this has been really stressful. Everyone's really angry, and you just made my day with that moment. So thank you." And it was just that feeling of like, I hardly did anything. I mean, I made a goofy face of a smile and it made a difference for this person. So, what other things can we do, or how can we continue to do that for people? So, I carry that with me um, to try to just kind of, when we don't know where people are in their life or their day or their moment, um, how can we, what can I do to make sure that they're seen or just let them know that
And
I
you
appreciate them?
truly, purely doing a great job. Because I'm one of the people that when you walk in a room, I'm always like, it's instant that I know you're gonna smile, so it's contagious. Like, of course, we're not gonna talk what we talked about behind the scene, how you have the whitest teeth, which makes makes people smile even more. It's like, and you really do that. Like, it's not just you saying that. That's
Mhm.
who you really are. You walk in a room and everybody's you never I don't think I ever seen you like upset and that's why I don't think people will understand. It could be a moment that will change you,
Yeah.
make you kind again.
Hmm.
Of course, I don't want to say who, but someone we know is trying to be make kindness great
Yes.
again.
Yes.
We know who that
Yes, we
is,
do.
and
Yeah.
she's also told that story, but I
Hmm.
don't think we talked about that. But I love that. Make kind.
Yeah.
Let's be kind again and make it
Yes.
cool again.
Yes. Make it cool again.
Make it
Exactly.
cool. And I
Yeah.
think it is cool.
Hmm.
It's so cool. It's so sad that sometimes you be too kind and
Hmm.
it gets to be like if you phony.
Yeah. Right. Which I certainly wouldn't ever want anyone to think of that.
Yeah.
The other recently we had an event called an Evening of Healing, which I'm on the committee. My job is to be the timekeeper at the evening, and but it's really a beautiful evening of people who have had something tragic in their life happen, and then how they've found strength to kind of get to the other side of it, how they keep going. And uh, it's always amazing what people share and what you can learn from them. And this past year, I had my 15-year-old son come because one of his classmates was one of the speakers. And I was a little nervous about him coming because just some of the things that are shared there are very deep,
Yeah.
very moving, but also like as a 15-year-old boy, emotionally, is he going to be able to handle the things that are shared? And so afterwards, his job was he did some videotaping of the event. And we were driving home, and I said, "What did you think of this? How do you feel?" And he said, "Well, I need to go to more events like this because it reminded me that people have all sorts of things going on that we don't know about. And so it reminds me that I need to be kind to people whenever I can." I thought, "Oh, yes, that's amazing." That's like
Sound like
so
mother.
good, yeah.
It is true.
Yeah.
Did you take him this one? The
Yes.
one that just happened?
Yes. Yep. So he was really, I mean, his classmate who was one of the speakers was incredible. She did an amazing job, and he really enjoyed. Not, it's a hard story to hear, but he really appreciated
Mm.
all that she had been through and how she shows up now, and was really impressed by it. So,
It is.
mhm,
It's good to be there.
mhm.
Just say nice thing. I always feel like, and also sometimes, do you believe like when people actually like they can't say nice thing, they actually hurt?
Yeah, I don't know. I can't understand. I don't understand how people can be so um why it's so hard to be kind.
Mm.
Why people can be so mean and hurtful. I mean, probably they've been hurt in their own lives in some way. but I feel like that's harder to
Yes.
hang on to, and it hurts you more
Yes. I
than
think like people like you, when like personally when I see you, I feel like I'm a better person the next hour or two or three, because or like you always like ready to laugh.
you make me laugh. Hold on a minute. You always make me smile, so I appreciate that.
Like you just and we always like you're there, like you actually that kind of person. I'm saying it from my own experience with you that you just kind. You're very kind. Some people are gifted, so I think your gift is just you walk in and everybody's in ease. Know that you just you carry. And the best thing I love is that magic place that you have. It's almost like a dream when you go there, especially the red wine.
It does flow.
I shared that story. Oh no, I don't think we can share it now. Remind me after to remind you. But really, so you love the North Country?
I do. Yes, we travel lots of different places, and I'm just always happy to come home. And when I went to Plattsburgh State for my undergraduate, and I thought, okay, I'm done school. I need to get a job. I need to work in a city. That's where I'm going to find a job. And we were planning to move to DC. I'd also looked in New York City. And then I ended up taking a job it was sort of temporary at first at the hospital in the foundation office, and just loving it and loving living here. And I would go and travel for interviews and figuring out where I wanted to work in DC or in New York. It was like, ugh, there's a lot of cars and people and traffic and buildings and not a lot of green space and not a lot of um, getting to know your neighbor kind of thing, or um, it just didn't feel right. So when I had this job and then got a call from company in New York saying, "Okay, we have a job offer. Would you like to come?" I was like, "You know what? No, I wouldn't. I don't want to leave." So it was a good. I'm glad that I thought I wanted to leave because it made me think about what else is out there. But I'm just always happy to come home. So
Yeah, I loved it. And you're also a Rotarian.
Yeah.
And what other committee you on?
I've been on a few different things. Some I've stepped off from in more recent times. So
You do a lot for Rotary Club too.
Yeah, I
You
enjoy
actually
being in
have
Rotary.
you have what committee you on for the
The Small Gifts Committee,
yes,
which is
which I
really cool,
love.
because it's about doing small, grants
Yeah, do
to
you want to
local
explain
community.
what that is? I don't
Yeah,
think people who are not Rotarian don't understand.
yeah,
I
sure.
do, but can you explain
I
that?
can, yeah. So we call them small gifts. It's $500, up to $500 grants that we give. We do it once a year. Put out a call for applications, and different not-for-profits can apply. And we look for things that are going to have a nice broad impact that'll make a difference in our local community. Um, if there's a way that they're going to mention Rotary, that's always great.
Of course.
So it's really fun to be able to. It's cool, I should say, to see the different applications, see what's happening in the community, and see what impact $500 doesn't sound like a lot, but there's not for profits around here that can do a lot with $500. They're very resourceful. So it's cool to see what they're implementing. So I get to be part of that committee and go through that process. And then am on do some stuff with the fishing tournament a little bit. And used to do Beartown cleanup, which we don't really do anymore. But
I think the fishing activity is like everybody. It's like almost mandatory or something.
But yes, because they need so many people.
Yes.
Exactly.
And you feel like you have to.
Yeah. It's because Betsy comes chasing after you. You're not a way station. Okay.
Yes. And I love that. I love the gifts
Yes, yeah, it's a great one to
And
be
you
part of.
just announce a big one. Yeah.
And so we also do gifts to the local schools. They can submit an application for up to $500 for some sort of thing that's kind of an extracurricular activity that they might want to implement too. So we just were able to give to a couple of the schools for the after prom parties, also for um this other school needed some money to get little essential items and like deodorant, that kind of thing for the students so they have it whenever they need it. So it's pretty neat.
It is pretty neat. It
Mhm.
is. Are you going to have the Rotarian at your house again this Christmas?
I better.
Okay. I'm just trying to make
Let
make sure that you're going to do it now.
me know when you're available and I'll
Yes.
visit around you.
So, Kerry Haley, other than your dog got hit by the milk truck, what other big thing that happened to you that you remember in front of your eyes?
Oh gosh. I don't know.
You felt bad for the truck driver.
I did. Because
Didn't you?
he had to feel badly.
I wish that we really say things behind the scene. That's why you attract the joke and you attract the laugh and you attract all of it. You
Yeah.
know. So did you have a good wedding?
I did. Yes.
Like one of these wedding?
It was
To you it was.
to me it was beautiful. Yes. Yeah.
I should
I don't have as beautiful, maybe a unique address as what's here as in the wedding exhibit, which is beautiful.
Yes.
Um,
Everybody listen up. Come to
that's
the
right. Come check it out.
CCHA and check it out.
Yeah. But we got married at Valcor and
You got married at Valcor?
yeah, on the conference center area.
Okay.
And that was really nice. And the at the end, if we're walking back down the aisle, instead of throwing rice, we gave everybody little bubbles to blow the bubbles.
Oh,
So that was really fun to walk through. But when I was walking back through, I got one in my eye.
that's like soap.
Yeah, it really hurt. And so the photographer's trying to do pictures afterwards, and I'm like, oh, it really hurts. But the photos look really nice. I look very tearful and happy. And
Oh,
so,
but you weren't even crying.
it hurt. Yeah.
Just you. It wasn't that serious, guys. Cry. I can see that. So everyone knows now that your teary-eyed picture
Yeah.
was bubbles
That's
in your
fun.
eyes, which makes sense because if I would see it, I'd be like, "That's not her. She's not crying
Taking
like
all
that."
my secrets out.
And then, did you go on a honeymoon?
Yes. Well, we were going to go to Florida, to Orlando, but they had just had a huge hurricane come through and close down some hotels and that sort of thing. So we ended up last minute switched it to go to Las Vegas. And when did we get married? 2004. So, and we only switched like a couple of days before going. My sister-in-law thankfully helped me figure out how to do that. And so we didn't have any idea of what exactly we were going to do in Vegas and hadn't really researched it. It's just the only other place that the plane flew. That was our airline. And but we had a good time. We went to the Hoover Dam. We had about $100 that we put in slot machines and lost it. And said, well, we're done with that. But
So after the Little Caesar conversation,
yeah,
how do you keep that sparkly moment 20 years later? Do you keep it? Do you still have that Little Caesar moment?
maybe we should fold some pizza boxes.
I can send you some. So how do you keep it? How do you advise people with the long marriage and is it still the Little Caesars box? I don't know if we should say Little Caesar on the show, but
Sponsored by.
yeah.
I feel like it's. I don't know. We just make sure we communicate, and anytime any one of us goes anywhere, we give each other a kiss. I don't know. It's mushy. I'm not really good at talking about mushy stuff.
You just did.
Yeah, I know. No. And when we say I love you, and I feel like if I'm down or grumpy or overreacting, Bill brings me back, and hopefully, I think I do the same for him. So we just do a nice job of balancing each other out.
But that's how you keep that first sparkling moment of like, oh my God, I can't live without that person.
Yeah, just feeling like you have someone who's there for you. So feeling supported makes me feel good, and um, I don't know. I don't know. I got to work on my marriage advice. What exactly?
Well, obviously, whatever you do is
Yeah.
working.
Yeah.
And you're going out tonight for dinner?
Going for dinner.
Do you have like a special thing that you can tell young adult that just getting married that you should do, that like sending each other letters and things that you just do, both of you do as inside joke?
Um, I don't know. Hmm. I mean, it makes me laugh, so I'm trying to think of like some of the.
So that's the thing that makes you laugh. You
Yeah.
can never point out
Yeah.
what makes you laugh,
Right.
but he makes you laugh.
Yeah.
That's the secret.
Yes.
I think laugh is very important.
Yeah, me too.
I think laugh is more important than anything else. I think if you find someone that you can laugh with and cry with,
Yes.
it's the secret. And fold pizza boxes
But
with. Exactly. So do you dance?
not very well. No one wants to see it, and I don't want it to be recorded.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
But you dance.
Yes. Embarrassingly. Yeah.
Are you one of the people that listen to them that dance? If people look at you, you know that quote that says, um, can't remember now, but
Oh,
it
dance
means,
like no one's watching, kind of thing.
and
Or no?
and sometimes you look at some person who's dancing and you think they insane, but they
Oh, yeah.
couldn't hear the music that you're listening to. Which one are you? Are you the
Oh.
one that look at people that dancing and say, "Ah, they're crazy," or are you the one that listening to music that no one knows?
Probably more like that.
Yeah, I agree. You know, like if you see someone dancing in the street,
Yeah,
there's
I
no
mean,
music,
there's not.
and you
Yeah,
think they
they're
just
like, what's happening?
insane,
But they're having a good time. They've got
but
a
they
good song
actually
in their head.
listening.
Yeah.
And they had,
Yes.
Kerry, I think this is one of the fun episode. I didn't get too deep with you. Yes, and I can't thank you enough for being here. I can't even wait until we close it so I can tell you what I wanted to say. But thank you for everything you do, especially serving this community that I know about. And most of all, thank you for making everyone's life, once they see you, a little bit better. Because that's what we need more. So thank you. And I truly respect you, Kerry. So thank you for being here. All right, everyone. You gonna be next. Tell me your story here at CCHA next time. And good night, upstate New York, Plattsburgh.